Hey guys, it's Luke from Black Dog, and it's Friday, and it is 75 degrees almost, so I am definitely enjoying my day, and I hope you guys are as well. I just wanted to share with you guys just a quick story about the very first time I ever encountered a demon, and it's a really interesting story, and I was a big skeptic on spiritual energies at the time, so this kind of helped me shift into there might be something else that modern science and modern technologies can't explain. So this was August of 2021, almost September. I had just graduated from getting my diploma in demonology. So wanting to go out into the field was a whole different experience, and I needed to get my feet wet. And me and Paul had just met, and we went to Ferguson Cemetery in Norwood, Young America in Minnesota. It's a really rural kind of like farmland for miles on end, but there's a cemetery there, and it's Ferguson Cemetery. And when Paul and I got there, we instantly, I mean, for me, just almost like, you know, that feeling that you get when someone's watching you or just like putting a very intent gaze on you, and you just feel like you need to turn and look. That's how it was for the first like couple minutes when I got there. The energy just severely changed into a whole different, it was almost like a completely different dimension. And we just started walking around and kind of was scoping the area out, and he was explaining to me that, you know, this is Paul's second time here, and he was, you know, going over things that happened the first time when he was there, and just walking around because this was my first time. And as we were getting ready to set up, you know, we still had daylight, and we were at the lowest point, and because the cemetery is a big hill and it's a big circle, and we were at the lowest point of the cemetery, and there is the child's grave right when you walk in. So we're at the lowest point of the hill, and we were playing with the Necrophonic, I believe, or the Spirit Box, the SB11. I want to say it was both. I think we ran both of them. And all of a sudden, I believe it said demon on the Necrophonic. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it became overbearingly humid. The air became very dry. It became very heavy. It became it was just like this oppressively heavy air. The air just will drastically change if you ever are in the presence of the demonic. It is just an unbearable like air that you're in, and the air will start to give you like a chest pain, a really sharp chest pain, because that's what had happened to me. The pain in my chest was just so sharp, and all of a sudden I'm like kind of noticing it, and Paul's noticing it, and he's like, you know, we're at the lowest point in the cemetery. Heat rises, and now it's all humid over here. So kind of thought that was weird, but you know, the air was just so unbearably oppressive and heavy and thick and humid that it literally gave me cotton mouth in a matter of minutes. It was so bad, I had to stop what I was doing to go get a drink of my water and Powerade that I had brought with. And I remember taking some big sips of it because my mouth was so dry. So, you know, that air was just something that sticks out to me. It's just so heavy. It's very oppressive. It's very thick, and it's humid, but it's very dry at the same time because it feels like you're getting the air literally sucked out of your body. And nowhere else in the cemetery was this present, but out of nowhere, all throughout the cemetery during the night of the investigations. So I would say we were probably there for about 8 hours, and, you know, different points of the cemetery, we would be, you know, on the north side, and it would start to appear again. And you just felt it every time. You would get like this fucking hurt to breathe feeling, humid, sharp pain in your chest, cotton mouth every time. Every time I would get cotton mouth. And I couldn't talk because my mouth was so dry. And it just magically disappeared. And then we walked over to, I believe, the east side, and all of a sudden it just appeared again. And I have it on my digital recorder of me saying to Paul, there's that air again. And that's when all of a sudden I got grabbed, something on my leg almost. I thought it was like, you know, I got stuck in mud, but then I felt a very warm, it was very hot, like a little tingle, kind of like a little tease, and then something grab it. And it felt like freaking I was stuck in mud and I was trying to like balance my body, but there was no mud there. And on tape, you can hear me say, let go of me, let go of me. And then Necrophonic or Spirit Box, I think it was Necrophonic, says no. After, you know, I'm pleading with it to let go, and it says no 3 times every time. And then a growl comes through after that. And that, I want to say, happened on Necrophonic, but I can't remember if it wasn't on Necrophonic. We didn't hear it until we reviewed the footage, but I can't say it happened not from Necrophonic, or it did happen on Necrophonic, so I can't really say which way it happened, but that was kind of creepy. But I was fascinated nonetheless, and I know that every time I do tend to come in the presence of something demonic, the air and the environment drastically changes, and that air is something that, like I said, will always stick with me. So that was the first time I ever came into contact with a demon. I've come into contact with quite a few more, but, you know, every demon is different and every entity is different, but those are the usual kind of indicators of their presence. So that was my first time with the demon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to hear the audio of me getting grabbed, you can just look down below. I'll attach a link to it for you guys to watch. And yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.